ജെൻഡർ പാർക്കും അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇപ്പോൾ മാതൃക കാണിച്ച വേൾഡ് ട്രേഡ് സെൻ്ററും നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെയും ലോകത്തിൻ്റെയും ശ്രദ്ധയാകർഷിക്കത്തക്ക രീതിയിൽ ഉയരാൻ പോവുകയാണ്.
With the second edition of International Conference on Gender Equality, ICGE, coming to a close, the Gender Park in Kozhikode finds itself in a better position to ensure gender equality in social business, sustainable entrepreneurship, and create more opportunities for women to break into the enterprise mainstream. The Gender Park campus, inaugurated by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, houses a gender museum, a convention center, a gender library, and an amphitheatre in first phase. The CM also laid the foundation stone for the International Women's Trade and Research Center for Women Entrepreneurship and Marketing. He hoped state's Gender Park and Trade Center would attract world attention. Health Minister K.K. Shailaja said the Gender Park would serve as a model for economic, social and entrepreneurial upliftment of women and the transgender community. The minister, who was also an active participant in the summit, said the recommendations made at the ICGE would be brought to the attention of the government.
Our Gender Park can help them, promote them to get some investment from the banks and even World Bank or that kind of banks. There are so many projects with them, and also our RBI and SBI that they can help them. Yesterday we have a good discussion with the SBI chief and he also suggested some points, and we will become a promoter to such kind of women.
Shift in development path requires major investment in the infrastructure, so that you have the world-class infrastructure, so that you are able to attract investors to Kerala and promote, instead of the traditional industries and so on, knowledge-based industries, skill-based industries, service-based industries and so on, which are more appropriate for our resource endowments, both natural and human.
Second edition of the International Conference on Gender Equality, which was held at the Gender Park Kozhikode, gave a clarion call on the inclusive development without gender bias. The summit, which discussed the sustainable entrepreneurship and social business, was marked by the participation of innovators and leaders from political, social and economic arena.
Coming to a conference like this, the International Gender Conference on Equality, also talks about just how entrepreneurs address local economic issues, they create jobs, they contribute to opening markets, and of course they increase economic security. So it's been really wonderful hearing the different ideas. It's been really a great experience, and I look forward to more inspiring conversations to come.
Economist Dr. Jayati Ghosh pointed out that technology should be able to reduce the workload of women at home. She also spoke about the COVID-19 induced job losses among women.
In Kerala, like the rest of India, is very much the responsibility of women in the household.
Organized in collaboration with UN Women, ICGE2 saw participation of 90 speakers from over 20 countries. The event was in hybrid format, keeping the COVID protocol and carbon neutral guidelines.
The UN Women, by understanding the potential of the Gender Park, they are equally partnered with the Gender Park, and Gender Park will come up with a South Asian hub for the gender activity. And by that way, it's going to be, a gender convergence center in South Asia.
ICGE2 has become the flagship program of the Gender Park, as it successfully convened a hybrid event during the time of a pandemic by bringing speakers virtually and physically to the Kozhikode Gender Park. Renana Jhabwala, a social activist and Seva president, said women contribute to the country's economy and GDP both domestically and professionally. The summit also discussed the challenges faced by the transgender community. Aishwarya Rutuparna Pradhan, first civil servant from the transgender community, was a notable presence at the ICGE.
I am happy and it's a great experience. Also request to our state governments to follow this type of practices and do implement in their state so that this kind of collaboration can be happen.
I think it's a very, very revolutionary initiative, especially Gender Park. I think is one of the first kind of plays in the country, taking our community, especially the transgender community, way forward.
Advocates of women's cause underscored the need to spread awareness on entrepreneurship for the sake of their upliftment. The conference also deliberated on the challenges and possibilities of women in art, cinema, entrepreneurship, media, and technology. Prominent dancer Mallika Sarabhai said, COVID has presented a good time for women to start their own ventures.
Opportunity to press the refresh button on everything we believe in. And I think if the Gender Park can engender that by starting not only dialogues but training programs on how that refresh button can actually save us from the kind of calamity.
It will also be an active venue for art, entrepreneurship, design thinking and research.